traders, welcome this wonderful Thursday. Good to see you, Grant. Good to see you, Chuck, Michael, everybody on Instagram and Facebook, and everyone here from YouTube. Good to see you all. Welcome back. Looks like we're having a nice little run in a couple of stocks right here. This MNK, I'm telling you, a lot of stocks from yesterday are spilling into today. There's just, I mean, I had the watch list over here on the left-hand side. I'm like, okay, I usually replace that watch list for what we trade from yesterday to today. And I'm like, my God, a lot of them are still on the same one. So, I mean, what is today? Oh, that's right. It's Thursday because Thursday is trading day. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days. But let me tell you, yesterday was a great day. We had some really nice runner-ups. This stock right here, I want to kind of point out this one right here. So this XPEV, this one right here that we're looking at, I did another video last night, and you should watch it on my YouTube. And by the way, when you watch my videos, please make sure you like them and share them because it kind of helps us out a little bit and always appreciate. But definitely subscribe to those channels. And once again, if you're on our, if you're one of our students, but if you're watching on social media, make sure you like them. Very important. I think this was probably has to be one of the better examples I had in probably maybe a month. I mean, let me just blow this stock up and show you what I'm talking about. So anyway, so in pre-market, this stock right here, let me just show you right here. This thing was just unbelievable. Had a great move. First of all, right away, you should capture, if you're a student of Cybertrade University, that is an unbelievable Fausto flag right there. That's number one. Number two, there was a 200,000 share buyer out there on the bid. That's, and number three, we weren't even at the open yet. And when that thing opened, when that market opened, guess what? That thing just rocketed from a price of $17.50 all the way up in 30 minutes to $21. If you just got $1 out of that trade, you cleaned up. Forget about this pop right here early when it did that big move right there. What time was that? Around 8:30? Yeah, there it is. You can see the time right there. But right there, I mean, what a gorgeous Fausto flag, big iceberg order. I mean, just like it was like a perfect storm. So anyway, great run up. I know you guys did really well, but there was so many more like that yesterday. NIO, another one, okay? And that stock is still going back on the watch list. You could see it right here. NIO is, you know, just doing great. Let me just bring back from yesterday. What am I doing here? There we go. Okay, so all these stocks are going back on the watch list. XPEV, NIO's got a great push. Look at the long-term chart on the stock, $10. It's not, you know what? It's not even up that much. If it gets past this resistance levels right here around 1436, then we could look at something pretty seriously right here. Let me move this up over here. I have it on level 4. You could probably see this big iceberg order already there at 1419 already. So we're looking pretty good right there. Let me just zoom out a little bit further. Because by the way, just to let everybody know, whatever we do as a day trade, you could still do this as a swing trade, okay? So NIO, unbelievable stock. That's going back on the watch list. Tupper, oh my God, this thing also, 12 o'clock. If you were somebody here on the West Coast, maybe you didn't come here a little bit earlier, and you're like, oh, I missed all these runners and so on. Tupperware did unbelievable too yesterday. That thing ran from $1.50 to $2.19, and she's up big. But this stock has been doing a great run the last couple of days. You could look here on the long-term chart. This stock right here was hovering right around the 60 cents. It's at $2 already. Now, I think it's going to start meeting its little, it's going to meet a whole new group of new orders out there going back in this March, right around here, around this 240. So I think the party could be over on that one right there. But you know what? They had that big news that somebody invested some money on it, and really, they love that news. That one did pretty well. Another one, IONQ, another nice little mover yesterday. That stock did great. Big pop right there early. Went from 14 up to 16. She's up again this morning. Putting you on the list. You made the list. You made the Fausto list. IONQ. That one too. Another one, right? Well, this one did really good yesterday, but she's kind of holding it pretty strong. TDOC, that one did pretty well. That one went right out of the gate. Oops, I don't want to look at those dumb indicators. 24 to 28, almost 29. That they did pretty well. That was a nice stock. Revlon has also been on a big tear. So Revlon, you could see that has been a great swing trade. After like early July, the stock was $14. It did not stop. It started finding a little bit of a channel right here, between 26 and 24. Boom. Yesterday, good run up, and it's running up again today. Revlon has just been unbelievable, been on our watch list. Once again, I mean, if you trade options, this is how you would know how to trade options. You would have saw the stock and be like, you know what? Options are pretty cheap on this stock. I see the Fausto flag. I see the orders. Boom, that stock did pretty well. One last other stock I want to bring up, Got You, was also another stock that moved pretty nicely. It was a little bit more on the slower side for some of you beginner traders, but that one did pretty well. Now, obviously, what is the big news going on today? Meta. Okay, so Facebook had good earnings yesterday. We know this is a very, very big week of earnings. And you could see Meta obviously was being a $100 stock at the beginning of this year. The stock is killing it. I mean, you basically tripled your money, 300%. I mean, all these tech stocks are unbelievable. So that one did pretty well, but we're not trading Meta. Okay, we're not trading Meta. There are other stocks in the industry that will move, but it's funny. Microsoft didn't work out too well yesterday. What happened with Snapchat? So Snap obviously took a little bit of a hit yesterday, but that one came back, probably the same thing. A little bit more in a slower stock. You could probably trade Snap. We'll put this on the watch list. But you know what? These are stocks that have rolled in from yesterday. This is not even what's going on today. There were a couple of other big ones that even, once again, we know it's always a new adventure here at CTU. MNK, did you see this stock? I mean, this one also was a big mover yesterday, which I was waiting to bring it up now. And she's moving again this morning. This stock was literally 75 cents, went to $1.50. Look at this big run. It was an $8 stock. Look at the long-term chart. Some of you remember this stock. We traded this back on May 19th. It ran from $1.40 to $6.70. And, obviously that was a short squeeze. But that one's going on our watch list. MNK. Unbelievable. And that's shockingly on the New York Stock Exchange. CTCX, I'm not too crazy about it, even though it's up 53%. ULBI up 31%. Big pop, but kind of flat right now. LPCN flat, even though it's gapped up. Not really doing anything there. This one, obviously, probably news. Earnings, and that one did pretty well, but we're not trading a $300, $400 stock. Okay, that's just not happening. OCTK, we played this a couple of times, but that one's moving pretty good right there. Volume is decent. Talk is moving. Meta made the big watch list. Okay, let's check on this stock is getting crushed, hammered. MRSN. Can we get a dead cat bounce on this? Well, what do we know about these stocks? They don't come back. Pharmaceutical stocks, when they lose it down 75%. Just when you thought you couldn't get hurt anymore after holding it at 9, now you back down here 4. Crushed. We're going to bring that one, Chuck, in a little bit. We're going to check out Norwegian Cruise Line. All right. So we're going to check out those airlines. So here, let me just go hop over here in New York. So we got Tupper is basically just made the third biggest percentage gainers, up 22%. And that's it. Okay, so getting back to what you said, Chuck. So Royal Caribbean, obviously you can see earnings came out. Royal Caribbean is at $112. Wow. Let me go back and show you what happened with this stock. You could have bought this stock last year all the way down to 30, okay? This is why people are saying you got to get into the stock market and swing trade. But listen, I can tell you right now, I'm going on vacation. I like cruising. I don't know if anyone here likes to cruise also, but I have other family members that want to come. I can't get them a ticket. The thing is sold out. And now they have it's funny how they play these games. You want to upgrade. We got no seats. I mean, the price went up big time. I thought maybe maybe last minute deals, not at all. Not at all. First of all, you couldn't even get on a cruise on Royal Caribbean. That's how packed they are. And they got this new ship that's coming out. So I don't blame that they're doing pretty well. But we're not trading $120 stock. We'll talk about the other one, CCL, Carnival Cruise Line. That thing's on a big move, $8 to $18. So even though if you missed on a Royal, you could at least benefit from Carnival. And remember, and don't take this in a bad way. Say, hey, you know what? I'm not really a cruise person, or I would never go on Carnival. I always go on Royal. Let me tell you something. If you want to go on a cruise and Royal's booked, okay, which is a good thing, you know what? You got no choice. You got no choice. NCHL. So let me tell you this, okay? I'm going to tell you this before we end up and get ready for the market. Norwegian, okay? I tried to book a ship to go out. We have like we go with like 3 families, and our families are big, especially you know how Italian families are. So I tried to get on Royal, sold out, couldn't get on it. I had no other choice, but I had to go on Norwegian, okay? Because I want to leave that in New York, okay? I was going to do Carnival. I did Carnival before, but I never went on Norwegian. I don't know if anyone what their thoughts on that. I know, I know some people might have some thoughts why one's better than the other. But the end of the day is I had to book a cruise. I couldn't get on one. So what do? I got to book another one. It's just like a hotel. You got to be in this town. You have a favorite hotel. You can't get in. No problem. You know what? You got to find something else. You might not want to, but what it is, what it is. So anyway, these stocks obviously are in a big move. So be careful. Wayne said the 4 trips on Norwegian, all great. Well then, Wayne, you know what? Send me an email. Tell me exactly what I need to do because I never went on Norwegian, and they're trying to like do all these upgrades and this dinners and this. I don't know. You tell me. What should I do and what I shouldn't do? But I really appreciate that. But anyway, all kidding aside with that, that's what it is. So there's a lot of good action in the market. Today is Thursday. Let's get ready for that. Now, before we go, don't forget, today I am going to be on NASDAQ. We'll send everybody the link out there for everybody to kind of watch it while I'm going to be on there. I'm going to talk about NASDAQ Book Viewer. So once again, just make sure you like us, share us, friend us, but make sure you like our videos that we posted. But I'm going to be live at 1 o'clock, and we'll put that link over there. It's going to be broadcasted live on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it on their Twitter feed. All right. And then and that's about it. Listen, a lot of good stocks. Not all of them going to move. We only need one. In the Cyber Group room, when we sit there and we trade together, we always tell you, listen, we don't tell you what to buy. We tell you how to think. So remember, you got to hit the button at the end of the day. So let's go out there and work together like a team. If you're watching on social media, once again, you got our link up there. If you want to be able to join us and do one of our trials, and let me just post up that 1-week trial. You could cue that. You could scan that QR code if you like to, and you could always join us whenever you want. All right, guys. Good luck today. Happy trading, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes when the market opens up. All right. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading.